Okay. So in previous session, we discussed about multiple types of receivings, right? So we checked how we can receive from UI, also from RF, and what are the different ways we can receive from RF and UI, right? So if you see from UI, we checked uh, we can do receive entire shipment, and we can perform detailed receiving, right? We can select any of the inbound shipment, okay, and we can do perform detailed receiving, right? So here we can generate the LPN that we want to receive, and then we can put the quantity that we want to receive. Okay, once we save it, that LPN will get received. Okay, at the time of you pack that LPN and there's no more quantity left, you can just end that LPN and you can save it. So that's how you can generate new LPN and you can start receiving.
Sir, what happens when we end the LPN?
So that LPN means that LPN will get closed. Okay.
The LPN will get clean.
No, closed. So you are receiving the LPN in that, sorry, you are receiving the quantity in that LPN, right? As soon as you generate LPN and you enter some quantity here, let's say 10 quantity. Okay. If you save this without clicking this end LPN, okay. So until you end this LPN, till that time, the LPN is open to receive more quantity. Okay. So if you want to close that LPN, you just flag this end LPN and then save it. System will close this LPN. Okay. For receiving, I'm saying. Okay. So just for detail receiving, and for entire shipment, here the shipment has to be cartoonized receiving. Sorry. Okay. So shipment has to be cartoonized shipment. So you need to have the LPN number in inbound shipment detail, right? Then only you can do this receive entire shipment. Okay. Then we checked we can start receiving from purchase order. We can start receiving from inbound shipment. We can start receive from inbound shipment, then IB load, right? So these type of receiving we discussed. Today we will see how we can do a QC receiving. Okay. It is not everywhere. I mean, all businesses are using, but still, if any business want to do QC check while receiving, okay, so we have some functionality here in WMS. You can enable it, and then you can start receiving with QC. Okay, so what configurations we will need? Okay, we will need first is receiving screen with QC enable with QC. Okay, second we will need vendor. Correct. We will need vendor performance. Okay. This is something you are enabling a QC. So you can say vendor QC. Okay. You are enabling a QC for that vendor. Okay. Then you can add some QC questions. Okay. Quality check questions, which you can, answer, and you, as per those answers, you can take a call that you want to receive it or not. I mean, you want to, accept that quality that you are, received or not. You want to reject at the time of receiving. That also you can do. Okay, so you can create some questionnaires which can help you to find out the QC. Okay, or to conclude the QC of that. I mean, the quality of that item. Okay, then we will need QC complete screen. Okay, these are configurations we will need. Okay, so first we have is vendor. suppliers. I change that screen name. Okay. See, we have this GT vendor. We will use this only. Okay. So next thing is we have this GT vendor. We will enable a QC for this GT vendor. Okay. So where we can do that, and I mean that where we will enable that, we have this vendor performance screen. Okay. So this is screen vendor performance. This the screen name you can change to vendor QC. No problem. Someone have already enabled it. Okay. And they have named it as vendor performance. Okay. So what we are doing actually here, you see, you can enable a QC. Okay. I mean the quality control here you are enabling for supplier. Okay. So first thing you are giving is supplier or a vendor. Okay. So after receiving some goods from that supplier, how you will, how you will check the quantity. Okay. So quantity, it means, have you ever heard about quality plan?
No.
Okay. So this plan brings you the idea what to check. Okay. Let's say, you receive, let's say 100 quantity. Okay. So you will have the quality plan, what parameters to check in that 100 quantities that you receive. Okay. That is that idea, you can get it from quality plan. There's one more plan, we call it as sampling plan. Okay. Or you can say QC sampling plan. Okay. QC sampling plan is, it will give you the idea how much quantity to check for QC. So let's say you receive 100 quantity. So if you receive 100 quantity batch, okay, so out of those 100 quantity, how much quantities you will check for QC? So on, let's say you receive 10,000 quantities, how much quantity you will receive, means how much quantity you will check for QC? Likewise, you receive 1 lakh quantity, how much quantity you will check for QC? So it's kind of how much sample you will take for quality check. Got this? This is sampling plan. It will give you, this will give you the idea how much quantity you are going to do for quality check, and quality plan will give you the idea what exactly you are going to check in the quality checks while performing the quality checks. Okay.
This is a bit
So,
confusing. See, quality check, suppose if we have the 100 quantity to be shipped from a vendor to us, okay,
yes,
and we have a plan of checking the 10 quantity as a QC sampling plan. So what
yes.
will be the quality plan? Is it interlinked QC sampling plan to quality plan, or these two things are different completely?
These three things are different completely. Correct. So quality plan, what I'm telling you, quality plan gives you the idea what to check. Okay. So let's say I want to check the density. Okay. Density of item. Okay. Maybe the hardness I want to check.
Basically, quality plan is the parameter which we are
Correct.
trying to check, okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
of the product we are receiving.
Correct. Okay.
Okay.
And QC sampling plan will give you the idea how much quantity you will take as a sample for that quality check.
Right. What we see that I understand in MBA,
Hmm.
they teach us like a sample among the group. You take a
Correct.
sample of people and then do the inquiry about those things. Right.
Correct.
So that gives us the sampling plan. That I understand.
Yes.
Quality plan was not clear to me. Now that is also clear. Okay.
Okay.
So if you go
Okay.
with the examples, it will be really
Yeah, yeah. Sure. I'll take one scenario and I'll explain you. But before going to the configuration, if this is clear, so we will
yeah.
move ahead to enable the QC. Okay.
Okay.
What we are enabling actually here, we are enabling a QC for this GT vendor. Okay. Now
Hmm.
we are giving WMS what quantity to take for quality check. Okay. It
Hmm.
is quantity per load SKU. Okay. So do you want to take in numbers or percentage?
What is
Okay.
QC quantity per load SQ?
So whenever you are receiving inbound shipment, okay, from that inbound shipment for that particular item, okay, whatever quantity that you are receiving, out of that quantity, how much quantity that you want to take it for QC. Okay. So let's say
Okay, that is a sampling plan basically.
Sampling plan only. Okay.
Okay.
But this can go with quantity as well as percentage. U is for units, P is for percentage.
Okay.
Percentage of the shipped quantity.
But you were mentioning about the parameters to be checked. So where
Yeah,
exactly?
that we will cover. That will cover. We are just enabling a QC. So we are giving system, means giving the information that whenever you receive anything from this GT supplier, 50% you will take for QC.
Okay.
You can go with the items. Okay, I mean the quantities. You can go with quantities like whatever quantity you will receive. Let's say 1 lakh quantity, we will only take 10 units. Okay.
Yeah.
10 units for QC. Okay. So this is the difference. You can go with the percentage also, okay, and units also. Okay. So,
what is service level percentage then?
they have enabled few few versions back. I haven't checked it. Okay. I'll check this. Give me a moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is this a standard field or a custom field which has been?
Yeah, this is standard. All fields are standard only. So
Okay.
if you want to change the fields, you will use the literals. Okay.
Right.
You cannot add or delete fields from the UIs. Okay. If you want to do, then it can be possible in RF screens, but not in UI. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Then you can take the priority. Why priority is there? Okay. Because we have some column, I mean only 2 column values. Okay. From ASN, you can compare or you can validate 2 column values. So what are these? All the data which you have on inbound shipment. Okay. So these are all fields you can validate. Let's say you can, means you want specific group of items to check quality for. Okay. So you can take group of the item. Okay. Then if you want to QC for, give me a moment, particular shipment type, okay, then you can validate that too. So this QC will get enabled automatically only if these 2 conditions will satisfy. If you don't give any validation, it means system will take QC for this vendor, okay, for all the inbound shipments. And of course, you should use QC enabled receiving screen only. If the QC is not enabled on that screen, receiving screen from RF, then it will not take that quantity for QC. Agree? How to enable QC on RF? We will see that. But is this clear? The sampling plan?
See, the sampling plan is clear, but
Yes.
when we say the column name we have provided, but not the value. So
No, I'm just giving you example, so you can take it as anything you want. Okay, so electronic maybe, and this is INT inbound shipment we have. Okay, so you have to put the values also. Okay, otherwise it will not work. Okay.
So suppose in case if we have a big supplier, okay, and we have multiple components coming from them. So how can we do this? Do we need to define that supplier multiple times in the application, or how are we supposed to do it?
No. See, you need to check if there's any attribute you can validate for that supplier, specifically, on that on the inbound shipment or items that you are going to receive. Why? Let's say there is a vendor. Okay. It is it is giving, or it is supplying goods for maybe, why it is, will it add alphabets? Let's see. No, okay. Let's say you have 10 items from that vendor. Okay. You don't want QC for, maybe you want QC for these 4 items. Okay. You want QC for these 4 items only. You don't want QC for these 6 items.
Okay.
Okay. So what you can do is, okay, there are multiple ways actually. Okay. If you want to go with the quality plan validation, okay, then you can prefer these group codes or any item attribute. Okay, any item attribute, maybe I'll just tell you. See this alternate description, external size. These codes from items you can use. Okay, these are also extra codes. These cust fields on item facility. Okay, you can use. Then you can use season code, velocity code. Okay, from item. Okay, all these attributes from items you can put the values that this should get validated, and you can put the validated value here.
Raju,
So
sir,
that,
I understand your point.
yeah.
Understand your point. Yep. So even though suppose there are certain situations, okay.
Mhm.
So in those situations, if suppose out of 100 items
Mhm.
for 100 different items, okay, basically out
Mhm.
of 100 different items for 12 items, we have to have this quality check, okay. For
Mhm.
for rest different items, like suppose if we have rest 9 items, we have different quality checks, and for
Mhm.
rest 21 items, we have different quality checks.
Mhm.
Suppose, okay,
Correct. For same vendor.
same vendor.
Correct. Okay.
Now, how can we handle this situation? Because see, you have given a good example where we have a set of similar set of examples if we have to do the QC check. But in case if we have different QC checks for different type of items for a same vendor, it will be a bit difficult to handle here. That I
Correct.
wanted to
Correct.
understand because that will be a practical scenario situation.
Correct. Agree. Agree. So what we will configure, there are two set of items here. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So 4 of them will go 10 units. If anything you receive for these items, we will take QC. We will check QC for only 10 units. Okay, 10 quantities. If for these items we will receive anything, we will take 50% of the shipped quantity. So these two scenarios we will configure. Okay, by enabling QC for same vendor. This is what you wanted to say, right?
Right.
Agree?
Right.
So what we can do is, first you need to validate, means you need to configure some validation to differentiate these two things, units and group, units and percentage. Okay. So what I'll suggest, okay, or to just take an example, we will take group code. Okay. We will take a group code of the item. Okay. So will take this as units. Okay. And we will take this as percentage. Okay. So whenever group code is units and item means vendor is let's say GT. Okay. Why it is okay. Vendor is GT. Then for these 4 items, we should go with the quality check of 10 units. For these 3 items, we should go for 50 percentage of the shipped quantity for QC. Agree? So what we can do is item. Okay, I'll just go with item. First, I'll just configure item. Okay, I'll not take 10 items or okay those many items. I'll just take 2 items. Okay, so let's say group code. Give me a moment. Can take class group code we have here. Or let's take description 3 maybe. I'll just check. Vendor performance screen is here only. Item description. Okay, multiple description we don't have. VAS group code also we can use, by the way. Let's take VAS group code. Okay. So that is PER I am putting per percent. Okay. And for this item, I'm putting it as units. This value you can take it on any code. Okay. That, and of course that code should have, that code will be, should be available here. Correct. So I used code item VAS group code. Okay. This is units. Okay. Unit I have put. Okay. Whenever item VAS group code is unit and means the inventory is coming from this supplier. Okay. We should check 10 quantity units. Okay. I'm not putting anything here because I need to check what this value is because they have recently added this. Okay. And priority I'll put 1. Okay. Priority I'm putting it as 1. Okay. If the item VAS group code is percentage PER, then it should go for 50%. What I'll simply do, priority as 2. First, system will check if the VAS group code is unit or not. Okay. If it is unit, it will go for 10 units. If it is percentage, then it will go for 50%. Do you want to take, do you want to add one more condition? If these two are failing, then it should go for maybe 10%. Okay. I'll just remove everything. If anything is not there on item group code, okay, then it should go for 10% of the quantity. Okay, you got this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So from this scenario, okay, what it will take this for this item 10 unit, 10 unit, 10 unit, and for these item where I group code VAS group code value is null, this will take the QC quantity of 10%. You got this point, right? The third priority I have added. Okay. Now the sampling plan is done. Okay. Now we will move ahead to configure a quality plan. Okay. Quality plan, these are just, the questionnaires that we will prepare. Okay. So let's say is the material uh, you know have the correct hardness, have the correct density, or how much hardness or how much density do you want to capture the numbers, that is also there. Okay. So we will prepare a questionnaire. So we have a screen verification question config view. Okay. here you will configure those questions. Okay, so how you will configure those questions? So these are the questions you will configure. You see, this is check quantity. Okay, this quantity check. Okay, first of all, I'll tell you. First, you need to put the facility. Okay, for this facility, this supplier verification name. Give me a moment. This screen name someone have changed. There are two screens actually. Okay, we jumped on directly the final screen. First, we will prepare a questions. Okay, these are the questions. So, what questions we can prepare? You can create user-defined questions. Okay, so these are the four questions we have. You can create user-defined questions, or you can verify the standard case quantity, standard pack quantity, or verify total quantity from that LPN, of course, right? Are you getting?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So you can define a user defined questions. Okay. Here you can put any any question that you have. Let's say the one that I have defined here, check damage. Okay, check damage. So user have to check the external damage or maybe internal part damage. Okay, check the quality, whatever quality plan you have. Okay, whatever quality plan you have, the documents which have means the document that quality department have. Okay, so that person will check the quality as per that quality plan, and it will answer this go no go, or maybe accepted or rejected. Okay, so whatever it is, I have put it as integer, so it could be a rating. Okay, 0 to 10 rating you can give. You see, minimum and maximum value you can give. Okay, do you want to keep a valid value? Okay, I mean, a specific value for that, you can also put that. Okay, so what is the country of origin of that item? That has to be US only. Okay, then that also you can do. Okay, these questions you can prepare.
So the question what we have here is, in case the present question, if I'm just trying to understand and read it. This is a user-defined question.
Yes, this is user defined.
For which we have placed one name for that by ourselves.
Yes.
And
no. This is not the okay. This name that is showing here. This will be visible at the time of QC complete. Okay, when you are trying to do complete QC on RF, this field you will see. Okay, so you can put is what. Yeah, you can just see what is country of origin. Okay.
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 So basically, it's defined by user. Answer input type is text. That is fine.
Yeah.
And we are doing the
valid value is US. Okay. So this is valid value. Yeah.
Verification valid for item only. Okay. And this valid value is US. That means it is for US items.
No, because system don't know from where it is coming from. Okay. So user have to understand if this is the valid value, is it complying with my quality checks or not. So he has right to accept and reject, but the valid value is expected value is US.
Okay.
But
even
user quality person have all rights to accept or reject whatever is the value.
So quality person can do the override of the
yes
rights. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. And what is the mean value and the max value?
Minimum, if it is an integer, let's say this is a quality rating. Okay, you can rate it from minimum 0 to 10. Okay, so this you can give.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can validate the count. Okay, count of the item or LPN. Okay, that also you can do. So after giving these, I mean, after creating these questions, you have to enable these questions for that vendor in that facility. Why I'm saying in that facility? because same vendor can have different questions in different facility, because different quality checks can be performed for the same vendor in different facilities. Agree?
I'm not getting it.
See, we need to enable whatever questions that we have created. Okay. We need to enable those questions for specific supplier in specific facility. Why I'm saying facility? Because the same supplier, okay, will have some different quality checks in different facilities. Agree? Could have, right? This could be a scenario.
Right.
Okay.
Rajesh sir, I have a question here.
Yes, yes.
So, is this a mandatory step to have any quality check that has to
No,
happen?
it's not at all mandatory. And this is not, what I'll tell you, like, this is not fully proof quality checking we have. Okay. Because system is not taking any action automatically. So if I say this quality check has to be within 0 to 10, okay, if I am putting any different value, system is not doing any rejection on it. If the damage value is damaged, system is not putting it as rejected. So it is all the user control to accept or reject the quantity that you are receiving. So this is just for record purpose. You are doing it and you are following the process.
So basically, when we do the record purpose, that is for um, either for the reporting purpose.
Yes,
or
for reporting purpose.
Okay. So what kind of report does it have this kind of data in this application?
Sorry, can you come again?
What kind of report does have this kind of data in this kind of application?
No, we don't have any reports. What I'm saying, see, you have a dedicated quality team. Okay. So that quality team have certain parameters to check. If you want to document it from WMS, then you can create the checks that your quality team will validate. Okay. Like these checks we have created. So these you can create, and while doing QC, okay, your QC team will follow these checks, and then your QC team will take the decision: do you want to accept or reject it?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But system have no control on acceptance and rejection of the received material on its own. There are no any rules system have, or maybe to configure those rules in WMS. These are just for documentation that your team is performing these checks. If your QC user, accepts the rejected material, okay, if he want, he can, okay, at any point of time. Okay, so here, yeah.
So in case if I just want to see within this ASN or within this PO, what all or how many quantities are damaged or rejected or whatever
That you can
things are.
physically check. That you can physically check. Okay.
No. From application, if you want to just inquire. Right.
From application, we are not feeding any information, right? So if you want to give that damaged units, you need to create a LPN, okay? And you need to you need to split the LPN and mark it as damaged. Then only system will know that this much is damaged.
I'm still not very convinced, right?
Okay. So you were saying, let's say, from ASN, okay, I received an item, okay, of 100 quantity.
Right.
Okay. I received it on IB LPN 0 and so LPN. Okay. Now this is in received status. Now tell me. Now tell me what was your question.
Now that out of that ASN, suppose if we do what we are doing is QC check of a sample. Okay. Based on that sample, we are accepting or rejecting the complete lot.
Correct. Correct.
Now, suppose if we are doing a daily check in an application, in this application to identify how many lots have been rejected and which
So
all
that comes under cycle counting, right?
no. Okay, maybe here. Okay, maybe here it is that comes under cycle count, but receiving, this is part of receiving, right? So while receiving, is there any screen where we can check like how many lot or
No,
AS? No.
no.
Okay.
In ASN screen we don't have any.
Now I'm just trying to understand the purpose of this complete thing since you have said
Here
the
what we are doing. Okay.
Hmm.
Let's say you received this item. Okay. So
Hmm.
before calling it as received, do you want, means if you want to check the quality, okay, there is a
Raju sir,
QC.
sorry for the interruption. In case
Yeah.
if you feel like I'm asking too many
Mm.
questions, you can say like Nishank will talk
And
offline.
I'm just, I'm just clarifying all the doubts. What we are doing from this QC is, okay, so let's say
Hmm.
100 quantity is there. What we
Hmm.
will see, we will set the sampling plan, okay, and
Hmm.
we will check the sample quantity and then we will accept the quantity on from that lot. Okay.
Right. So
That control is there with QC
see, Raju
user.
sir, you understand why we do this stuff, right? When we do this kind of stuff, it is the person, the picker, is actually accepting the material in the shop floor. They are not that literate, basically, or it's just their handiwork. Okay, they don't concentrate much on those areas. That's why they have to do it. Basically, this all kind of work, what I understand is basically for the reporting purposes. They used to build reports.
Obviously, but the main outcome from receiving is, do you want to accept that quantity or reject it? Agree?
No, that's fine. But acceptance and rejection
Mm.
on daily basis in most of the industries, it is getting checked. Okay. Because
Yes, yes.
rejection, based on the rejection, they have to identify and ship it back, and it will
Mm.
hamper the financial causes as well. Okay, you
Correct.
understand that, right?
Yes, yes.
So that is the reason I asked, because uh, it will be checked on the application level whether we have some kind of data.
Yes, yes, yes. That data also we can create. That is not enabled though here. I'll need to create. So from that vendor, okay, how much quantity we received, okay, how much quantity SKU we have received, with how much, how much is the vendor performance out of 100 of
So
SKU, how much is the
whatever the
reject.
rejection we are doing there,
Yes,
we
yes,
can
yes.
see the
That is monitored. That we
so
can monitor.
right. This is what see for every action there has to be some storage. Otherwise, there
Correct,
is no purpose. There has to be some purpose of some particular action. Otherwise,
correct.
there is no use actually. So that is what I'm just trying to understand. In case, suppose if I have to present this functionality in front of the customer, I don't find a purpose for this, right? In case if they
Correct,
ask
correct.
me,
I
I don't
agree.
find a purpose. So that
Yes.
will be a difficult situation for me to have it.
Yes, yes, yes. Agree, agree. That vendor performance we can check on the screen. Okay, so whatever vendors are, supplying goods. So how much is the performance, and the rejection percentage and everything you can check it.
Okay.
Okay. Discrepancies also you can check. You see. Okay, so the quantity is this, receiving is this. Okay, so whatever all the discrepancies also you can monitor it. Okay. So
Okay. Let's say
there are different screens you can capture that information in those things. Okay. But
Hmm.
coming back to again the same thing. Okay. So whatever questions that you have, okay, you have rights to accept or reject. I mean, the QC person who is completing the QC, he have rights. Okay. So he can override the information, and he can accept or reject by his own decision. Okay. Now you can enable those questions for that supplier and facility here in verification question config view screen. Okay. What we did basically, we created first vendor. We enabled the vendor QC on vendor performance screen. We created QC questions. Okay. Then we enabled QC questions for vendor public facility. Okay. And then now we are ready to receive the the inbound shipment for that vendor. Okay.
Now
Now,
here I can say something
yeah,
that
please.
shipment type is star, that is for generic shipment.
Correct. Now we haven't. You can also give the shipment type. So if you want to enable this question for for particular shipment type, then you can do that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Or you can directly keep keep it short as per your business requirement. You don't want any questions. You just want accept or reject button. That's it. That also you can do. Okay. It's not like you need to enable the questions and everything you need to do. No, you can just go for the simple QC. You don't have any questions. Do you want to accept or reject? You just make a decision.
Okay.
Okay. That also you can do.
Okay.
Now I'll just see. Let's see. I have a purchase order. Okay, I'll create one because we enable those the items, right? Group code on that group code it is working. EP, it is the vendor. Okay, date, order date today's. Okay, delivery date today's, ship date today's, and this 1 year. Okay, I'm saving this. I will save. Now I will go for detail. What items? Which name? I'll just check the names. This item. Let me see what are the attributes. Okay, this is not parent. Okay. No. Okay, this is parent. Okay, I'll make it as normal item. Okay. Purchase order. I'll keep 100 quantity on first line of purchase order. On second line of the purchase order, I'll keep 100 quantity of this item. Second. Okay. Let's say 50-50 quantity. We will generate an inbound shipment. Okay. Okay. This has been created. Now we'll go to inbound shipment. This in transit shipment. Okay. We can go detail. 50-50 quantity each. Okay. Now, as per our configuration, if it is units, it should go for 10 units. Okay. If it is percentage, it should go for 50 percentage of the item. Okay. Now, here again, that's a catch. Okay. In inbound shipment, once you start receiving this, okay. Okay. What I'll do, I'll not go for cartoonize, I'll go for okay. First we'll enable the screen. Okay. Screens receiving, I'll go. Receive. QC receiving, what screen we have? Okay, receive ASN with QC. This screen we have. I'll just tell you what parameter we need to enable. We need to enable this QC handling mode parameter. Okay, this should be enabled. Okay, so we have two options here: mark for QC and prompt QC location, and second is mark for QC, do not prompt QC location. Okay, so in one scenario, let's say for this one, prompt a QC location, it means you have a dedicated QC location in your facility. Okay, and you want that LPN to take to that location, QC location. Okay, in that case, you can enable this mark for QC and prompt QC location, so it will ask a QC location. Okay, in second case, mark QC but do not prompt QC location. So it means you don't have a dedicated QC location. You can check the quality of that item that you are receiving on the receiving station itself. Got it? Okay, here they have kept it as mark for QC and prompt QC location. Okay, I will also check few more parameters here because we are using the screen. Okay, so mode is blind. Okay, it is blank. You can keep it as pre-receiving. Okay, pre-receiving mostly we use in case of QC receiving. Why we keep it as pre-receiving? Because system won't receive unless you accept the quantity. Okay, so that's why it is called as pre-receiving. Okay, but no problem, you can go with the the ASN receiving. Okay, system will take the quantity in, and if it is rejected, then it will delete the quantity from that LPN itself. Okay, how it will work, I'll show you. Okay, let's see if this screen we have location prompt. They are kept as do not prompt. I'll keep it as prompt because we want that QC to be okay. It is mandatory. This is fine. Now we will try to receive some quantity from that LPN. Now for these two items, we have 50-50 quantity each, right? So expected is for this item where the group code is units, 10 quantity should go for receiving. Sorry, should go for quality check. The rest should go in inventory. Okay. For this line, 50% of this item quantity, sorry, okay, should go for QC and 25 should go for inventory. So you can see the quantity, okay, inventory quantity. Okay, this much quantity will go for this much quantity will go for quality check. This much quantity will go in inventory straight away. Okay, now we'll see how it works. Okay. In inbound, no. See that screen is available. Okay, this screen is there. Receive ASN with QC, the same screen we used here, or maybe changed here. Okay, so yeah, I'll go to IV shipment. This is the shipment. I'll give the shipment number. Trailer number, I can give anything like this. Okay, do not match. Do we have the trailer number? Okay, it is just checking, validating. Okay. So I'll keep it blank because it is blank on the shipment. Okay. Now I'll give the IBLPN 000668 Okay, or maybe 8-1. Okay, here I'll just copy this. I'll use this LPN for this units item. Okay, so where we have the group code as units. Okay, I'll go to detail to receive that units item. Quickly check which one is the units one. Okay, so this one is units one. Okay, so this item should go for this item. 10 quantity should go for QC. Okay, now I'll do next. It will ask what item to receive. Okay, this item we want to receive. Okay, now I'm putting 10 quantity. Okay, out of 50, I'm just receiving 10 quantity. I received it. Now I am doing a end LPN. Okay, because this LPN we want to end, and as soon as we do end LPN, you see LPN is marked for QC. Okay, system accepted that 10 quantity for QC, and now system is prompting a QC location. So we can check what location we have for QC type. QC, we have these many locations. We can check the barcode of, okay, QA 001. Here I can give this location. I can say panel. Okay. So now we receive the 10 quantity for this item, which went for QC. Okay. Now you see, you check this LPN status. Now it is showing quality check. Location is QA 001. Okay. The IBLPN is this one. Now we will try to receive the the remaining 40 quantity. Okay. We are again on the same screen. Let's say IBLPN is 82. I'll give the same item. Okay. And the remaining quantity, that is 40. Okay. And now I will end the LPN. It should go straight away to inventory. You see, this is prompting a location from inventory. Okay. So I can give the normal location reserve. Okay. This location I can give. So this is SKU conflicts. Okay. SKU destination. And someone have used this, I guess. That location prompt I enabled that is making issues here. I'll just give this random. Okay, now this has accepted. I will change few more things on the screens. I don't want that location prompt. It will ask the QC prompt, QC location prompt. That is fine. Okay. Do not prompt. Okay. Now, if I show you the IBLPN screen, you will see here we have two LPNs received. One is this 681 and 682. This 681, 10 quantity is went for QC, whereas the remaining 40 went for, this is in your inventory straight away. You got this? Okay. This is in your inventory. Okay. Now I will try to receive another line for this LPN. Okay. Sorry, for this item, 25 quantity should go in QC. Okay. Now let me reopen this because the parameter I changed just now. I wanted to work. Hello, Nishan sir. Hello. Are you there? Hello.
Yes, sir. Just a minute.
Okay. Okay. We will again do receipt with the same screen. Receive ASN with QC. Shipment number I'll put. This is the shipment number. LPN I'll put. LPN 1236682. Yes, I'm receiving. Now the item is this one. Okay. Now here there is. Give me just a moment. Okay. So here the expected thing is 25 quantity should go for QC. Okay. Now what if we put it as 30? Okay. What if we put it as 30 and we end the LPN? Okay. I clicked as next. Okay. And we received 30 and we are ending the LPN. It will again go to QC. Okay. Can you guess why this is happening? We were expecting only 25 to go for QC. We entered 30 quantity, and that 30 quantity is also going for QC. Can you guess?
I am there. Actually, I missed out certain portion because of some situation
Okay.
at my
Okay.
place. I'll revisit this video to understand it completely.
Okay. Okay. No problem. I'll just tell you. Okay. So what system does, it is checking 25 quantity has to go for QC. Okay. But if you are receiving something extra in the same LPN, the same first receiving LPN for that item. Okay. System is trying to capture 25 quantity for that item for QC. But for the first LPN, it can go with 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay. Like 4 LPNs, it can go, or it can go as only single LPN with 25 quantity. But what if you give the quantity which is more than the 25? It will take all the quantity that is into that LPN for QC, because system cannot automatically break that LPN. Okay, but it will validate 25 quantity has to go for QC. It will take whole LPN for QC. Okay, system WMS have WMS don't have any mechanism to split that quantity for QC, because the fundamental thing, LPN is having more quantity than the QC quantity that is calculated, which is 25 here. So that's why if we enter 30 quantity, which is more than the 25 quantity, then also system is taking that 30 quantity LPN for QC. Okay. Now QA 001, we can put, if I receive one more LPN, it's 684 with same item. Okay. Again, I refresh. The remaining quantity is 20. For this 20 quantity, system should not ask the QC location. That's the expected thing now. 20 quantity. I will end this. What is happening? Okay, now Control E. I entered that 20 quantity. Now you see that for that 20 quantity, system have not asked me the QC prompt. Okay, you see, this is received. System have not asked me location also. Okay, because I changed the screen parameter. Okay, now how to complete the QC? Okay, we will see that. We have a screen called complete QC. Okay, this is RF screen we have. Okay, so you can You can give the LPN. Now you see whatever questions that we enabled. Okay, check quantity, check damage, quality, no. All the questions are are visible here. So you can check the quantity. So as for this item, we have 30 quantity. So you can first scan that item and then the quantity that you have in that LPN, 30 quantity. Okay. So this is okay. Action. You can end the LPN count. Okay. For damage, you can scan that item and you can put the value no, okay, or yes. I'll enter. Again, came back to the first screen. I'm scanning the item and giving those, answers of those QC questions that we did, right? So this is the item quality rating we can call. Okay, so it is 8 out of 10. CO. Again, we'll scan the item and we can put the US. Okay, these values are capturing in backend. Okay, we can take it out from a report and everything is there. Okay, and you can make it vendor performance or may kind of report to bring all the vendor performance in picture. Okay, so once you answer all these questions, now you have rights to accept or reject the LPN. Okay, now I am accepting this. Proceed to with approve. I'll say okay. Okay, as soon as I approve this, now the status of that LPN is changed to located. Okay, now this LPN is in QC location only. Okay, but the quantity that was in that LPN that has been accepted. Okay, now we will see how we can reject and what are the scenarios and maybe the what happens if we reject the LPN. Okay, now again I'll just scan some quantity, sorry, item first, and then the how much quantity it is, 10 quantity. Okay, only one SKU were there, so we will end the LPN count. Okay, damage, we'll check the damage. Let's say this is damage. Okay, so we will give yes, it is damage. Quality rating, we'll again scan the item and rating will give as 2. Okay, because it is damage. CO, we will give it as, let's say it's China. Okay, and after answering this, we can take the action as reject. Okay, do you want to proceed with reject? Yes, we rejected this 10 quantity. You see, shipped it is 10. Okay, it is received is also 10. Okay, system have not took back that 10 quantity. So how it is visible here on in inventory? Okay, I'll just show you that. You see this LPN number still exists in located status, but the change is there is a lock code added in that on that inventory. Okay, that LPN. Okay, if you want to reject this without lock code, okay, we have screen parameters which can be changed to complete QC. Okay, here you see this rejected handling inventory, reject with lock code. Okay, here we have put it as reject with lock code. If you don't put this as reject with lock code, system will delete that quantity. Okay, currently this green parameter is we kept it as reject with lock code, so that's why system have added that lock code and have not deleted that 10 quantity from inventory. But okay, if you would have kept it as blank, then system would have deleted that 10 quantity. You got this? Hello Nishant sir.
Yes, sir. My mouse was a bit far. Yeah.
Okay. So these are all means this is the scenario for QC, QC check. This is not the ideal, or maybe this is the only way to complete QC or do QC in any of the business. You can have multiple scenarios, and as per that scenarios, these things can get changed. Okay. So let's say we are enabling QCs on vendor, and we have the this sampling plan, but there might be a case where you don't have a sampling plan, you are getting inventory cartoonized. Okay, in that case what you can do is you can straight away mark the LPNs for QC checks. Okay, so you have the flag mark for QC. Okay, so whatever LPN that you want to take for QC, if you mark this as mark this flag, then this LPN will straight away go for QC. You got this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you can mark these LPNs for QC, and you are doing manual sampling plan, and you are you are enabling those QCs manually without enabling that sampling plan and vendor QC. Okay, these are some different things you can do for on QC. Okay, what you can try is you can go for pre-receiving scenario. Okay, you can go for pre-receiving scenario. I'll just tell you, enable pre-receiving QC receiving screen, and complete it. Okay, this scenario you can try. Okay, or and also you can try complete QC without lock code. Okay, just remove these two lock codes. Okay, complete QC without. So in this case, the expected is system will WMS will reject the IBLPN. Okay, so it will go in cancel status. Okay, and for this one, enable pre-receiving, you can take you can reverse the quantity which you received. Here you are not taking it back in inbound shipment. You see, you completed the receiving. Okay, it means you cannot you cannot put it back into the shipment. Okay, saying this is damaged. So in this scenario, what you need to do is, if you want to give that inventory back to the vendor, then you need to create a sales order, and then you need to put it on a vendor, and then you can pick back the same quantity that is damaged, and then you ship. Okay, if you keep that pre-receiving, and if you reject that quantity, so it will again say the received quantity. Okay, it will decrease the quantity from received quantity. So let's say 25 quantities rejected, received quantity will show as 75 only. Okay, and you can send those 25 quantities in the same trailer, or maybe a vehicle. Okay, so these are two scenarios you can try.
Sure.
Okay, so there's one more.
Please don't extend anything today.
Yeah, I'm not extending. I'm just saying cross docking is left. Okay, so we will see that in outbound sessions. Okay, so we completed application overview and inbound. Okay, and in next session we will start inventory management. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay then. Chalo.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Bye.
Thanks.
See you. See you.
Bye. See you.